Hi dear cricket fans, subscribers and friends of cricket happenings. It gives me the pleasure of bringing you the World Cup cricket updates here in ICC Cricket World Cup 2011. And today what I'm going to do is I've combined two reports into one, and I'm going to be a bit fast. So sorry about that, but you'll have to bear with me here. Well, Kenya were absolutely no match for the Kiwis, who bundled them out for 69 all out in just 23.5 overs and reached their target with ease in just 8 overs, with their openers McCallum and Guptill taking them to a crushing victory by 10 wickets. Kenya won the toss and chose to bat, and the openers Seren Waters and Alex Obanda were content with taking singles to put 14 for the first wicket in 7 overs when Tim Southee took the first wicket of Alex Obanda LBW for 6 of 19 deliveries. Collins Obuya and Seren Waters took the score to 40, and Hamish Bennett struck in his first over by trapping Seren Waters LBW for 16, continued his wicket spree by clean bowling the veteran Steve Tikolo for 2 and had Obuya and Auma LBW for 14 and 1 respectively. 49 for 5 in the 16th over Kenya. Oram and Southee then wrapped up the remaining wickets for just 20 runs of Kenya, with Captain Kamandi out for 2, Odoyo for 2, Odiambo for a duck, and Gochi also out for a duck. Rakib Patel was the only one with some resistance, not out on 16 of 23 balls with 1-4. Kenya's final tally was 69 all out. So just looking at the bowling figures there for New Zealand. Well, Tim Southee, 6 overs, no made in 3 for 13. Jacob Oram, 2.5 overs, 1 made in 2 runs and 3 wickets. McCallum, 4 overs, none for 15. The best was Hamish Bennett, who had figures of 4 for 16 of his 5 overs, and 6 overs, 1 made and none for 16 for Vettori. And as far as New Zealand were concerned, just talking about their reply, Kiwi openers Guptill and McCallum galloped to the target in just 8 overs, with both the batsmen creaming the Kenyan bowlers for 9 fours and 2 sixes to finish the match, with Guptill not out on 39 of 32 balls with 5 fours and 2 sixes, and McCallum was not out on 26 of 17 balls with 4 fours. As far as the bowling figures were concerned, Odoyo's 3 overs cost 25, Etino's 2 overs went for 18, Kamande bowled 2 overs for 21, and Odiambo bowled his 1 over for just 5 runs. So, dear cricket fans, this is as far as the New Zealand and Kenya match is concerned. New Zealand going for a very massive victory there by 10 wickets. As far as the match between Canada and Sri Lanka were concerned, this was played at the new ground hambantota, which we call it the Prime Minister's Stadium, it's known as the Mahinda Rajapaksa International Cricket Stadium, and this was the first time this hambantota was getting a taste of some international cricket. And hambantota saw its first ever international match finish in glory, with Sri Lanka amassing 332 for 7 through a 179-run partnership between Mahela Jayawardene, who scored the fastest century by a Sri Lankan in World Cup history, eclipsing Sanet Jayasurya's record, and Kumar Sangakkara 92, and later bowled Canada out for a paltry 122 to win the match by a huge margin of 210 runs. Sri Lanka won the toss and elected to bat, and openers Dilshan and Taranga were not allowed a lot of liberties by the Canadian bowlers initially for the first 20 overs due to some good fielding effort from the Canadian fielders there. Taranga was run out for 19 of 31 balls with 1-4, and Dilshan was a victim of Chima's bowling for 50 of 59 balls with 8 fours. And after that, Kumar Sangakkara and Jayawardene set up their team for a huge score by putting a partnership of 179 runs for the third wicket, with Mahela Jayawardene showing more aggression with a lot of boundaries, and Sangakkara initially quiet but later on capitalized with his range of strokes. Veteran off-spinner John Davison captured both the wickets, first catching Sangakkara off his own bowling from 92 of 87 balls with 7 fours and 1 6, and Jayawardene playing a tired stroke to be out for a record-breaking century of just 81 balls with 9 fours and 1 6. Another 56 runs were added after that, with Angelo Matthews making 21 of 16 balls with 3 fours, and Thilan Samaravira was not out on 18 of 10 balls with 3 fours, and Sri Lanka finished with a tally of 332 for 7. Now, just looking at the bowling figures as far as Canada were concerned, Canada didn't make any good reading at all. Kuram Chauhan's 8 overs went for 62. Osinde, who was the best bowler, actually bowled well, but due to some injury he went away. 2.1 overs, no made and none for 10. It was really a shame that Osinde couldn't bowl. Baidwan 8.5 overs, no made and 2 for 59. Hansra's 9 overs cost him 47. Rizwan Shima bowled 7 overs for 47 runs and 1 wicket. Balaji Rao 7 overs, no made and none 48. And John Davison 8 overs, no made and 2 for 56. As far as Canada's reply were concerned, Canada in reply started disastrously, with John Davison clean bowled by Tissara Pereira for a duck, and Kulashekara getting the other opener Gunashekara's wicket for 1, and Zubin Sarkari was LBW to Pereira for 6. 12 for 3, Captain Bagai with the help of Hansra pushed the score to 42, in the 18th over when Hansra fell to a good stumping by Sangakkara of Samravira for 9. Captain Bagai then fell to Pereira for 22 of 47 balls with 2 fours. After that, Rizwan Chima showed his big hitting prowess by depositing master spinner Muralitharan for 2 glorious sixes, but the wily fox had Chima sent back for 37 of 35 balls with 4 fours to add to those sixes. Harveer Baidwan was not out on 16 of 35 balls with 1 4 when Canada's innings came to an end on 122, with Kulashekara, Murli and Mendes taking care of the rest of the Canadian wickets to fall, and Canada all out for 122, thus resulting in a victory for Sri Lanka by a huge margin of 210 runs. As far as the bowling for Sri Lanka were concerned, Kulashekara 6 overs 2 maidens 3 for 16. Thisara Pereira was the best, 7 overs no maiden 3 for 24, bowled in the right areas, and he was looking very, very impressive. And Kulashekara also bowled very well. Ajanta Mandi 7.5 overs 3 maidens 1 for 18. Muttaya Muralidharan 9 overs no maiden 2 for 38. Dilshan bowled 5 overs for 14, and Samaravira 2 overs no maiden 1 for 4. So as far as both these matches are concerned, it's all over. So 2 World Cup matches gone. I'm just going to do a quick analysis if at all I get time. Now first let's talk about this match itself, the one which happened between Canada and Sri Lanka. As I said, Hambantota saw its first match, and well, over there I could only say Jayawardene was very, very aggressive. Kumar Sangakkara a bit shaky first, but then gathered confidence, and the Canadian bowling was all over the place. There was not much to really talk about the Canadian bowlers. Canada need to put up a much better display as far as bowling is concerned, and their batting was also left a lot to be desired. This was not the reply that one would have expected from Canada, because as you know, Canada has improved a lot, and they also holds the lowest score that they made of 36, as you know, previously. But today, yes, they put up, I wouldn't say, I can't say it's a very, very impressive performance from Canada, in the sense they could have put up a much better show. Chasing 333, probably they could have just gone on to make over 220. But as I said, there were only 2 batsmen who really did. Rizwan Chima showed his big hitting prowess there, and the sixes that he hit for Muralidharan was absolutely superb. And Ashish Bagai stayed there. But other than the Harveer Baidwan was not out on 16. But other than that, the Canadian batting had no reply to the very splendid bowling from Nuwan Kulashekara, 3 for 16, 3 for 24. Pereira is looking a superb all-rounder, batting, bowling and everything. He's bowling the right areas. He's a good batsman too. And then the spinners, Muralidharan, Mendes, Dilshan and Samaravira coming and picking up a lot of wickets. So well, so 2 points each to 1 to Sri Lanka, 2 points to Sri Lanka. And as far as just analysing the match between New Zealand and Kenya, what I would like to say is Kenya was, as I said, no match at all. There was not a purpose behind how they batted. If you see, only Saran Waters 16 and Rakib Patel, who not out on 16, were the scorers, with Colin Sobuya contributing a very quick 14 of 19 balls with 2 fours. Other than that, the New Zealand bowling just wrapped it up with Hamish Bennett running through, and the openers just making I would say just toying around with the bowling, 72 for no loss of 8 overs. So Kenya made a statement. They said that they would be noticed and they would be, but I think they have to put up a much better performance. And tomorrow the next match is it's a day-nighter between Australia and Zimbabwe. So that is the next match. But let me see whether there are any other fixtures tomorrow. Please give me a moment, dear fans. Well, I'm just trying to get, but I think there's going to be only one match. That will be Australia-Zimbabwe, and I'll be bringing you a match report of that. Well, dear cricket fans, always a pleasure to bring you this Cricket Happening show day in and day out on this ICC Cricket World Cup 2011. Hope you are all enjoying my reports here. Thanks for your company. This is Ram signing off. Thank you.